Hey everyone, Mango7Roll here. How we doing today? Welcome to another episode of Detective-ish Mango. We've got 3 new exclusive equipments that we will see tonight, and they've already been figured out a while ago, actually, and they are Vildred, Senya, and not Araminta, also known as Karin. Maybe not sure on BBK or regular, but people seem to think regular. So let's take a look at their kits and maybe get an idea of what they might do, because honestly, I use Senya a lot, so it'd be really nice to get her a little bit of a change. I don't think she needed anything. She's fantastic for what she does. So I'm just really curious. So we've got Senya here. Do I need to move my head? Yeah, I should probably move my head over here. So we've got Spear of Vengeance, which is her provoke. It is a 75% chance, and then up to 100% when it's not her turn. We've got Indomitable Spirit, which makes it so she can't crit, attack increase by 30%, critical hit resistance by 50%, and a lot of other stuff, right? And random buff to allies for 1 turn. Then her skill 3 is hit chance for 2 turns and counterattack stance for 2 turns as well. So there are a couple of things they can do to kind of make her kit a little better. The first thing would be to change her Dragon Slayer's strike to dispel her before she does this, because as always, if you have a counterattack buff here, you can get kind of screwed by unable to be buffed, right? So having her dispel her buffs first and then adopting a counterattack stance would probably help quite a bit. Just to get that up there, because when you use your skill 3 and you're unable to be buffed, you're just like, well, that sucked, you know. Another thing, I don't really see much what they can do with their skill 1, honestly, unless they add like ignore ZR maybe, or like something else onto this, like another debuff. I don't really see much else going on here. Maybe increase her CR or decrease CR on hit, but that doesn't really make sense. The other thing they can do here is make it so critical hit resistance goes up another 20% or something like that. They could also make it so she gains another 10% attack or 15-20% attack or something like that. And alternatively, they could also make it so the random buff is 2 turns. And I think that's probably one we will get, because the 2-turn Indomitable Spirit buff would be just fantastic, I think. And as for what stat she'll get, probably health. Maybe attack, hopefully attack actually. And we go in here, she's got 1445 the base here, 6300 health, and 6400 defense. I'd be happy with either attack, speed, not as much as the others. I think I'd rather have attack, HP, and defense, but speed would be great too. I would prefer attack over the others, of course, just because with her passive, it's just insane. So that's Senya here. I think she'll get something good, right? Like, she has to with what her kit does. It just makes sense. And also, as for her braces here, we can see it right on the top. That's the picture in the thing. We can also look at somebody I've pretty much never used, and that is Vildred. And Vildred, we can tell it's him because of the medallion on his chest, right? So he's got 2 enemies proportionate to speed. He's got increase the attack of the caster when an enemy is defeated, increases combat readiness when an enemy is defeated, and then Sword Storm, and then we've got bigger Sword Storm. So basically just AoE, AoE, and semi-AoE. So one of the things they can do here is make his sweep attack an additional target, or maybe even 2 additional targets if you want to go crazy, right? Make it so in Guild War he actually hits all 3 instead of the 2. I think that would be pretty sweet. I don't know if that would be good, but it would be pretty sweet. The other thing they could do here is, well, what else can they do? They'll probably just increase the damage by like 10% of something here. I'm doing this like off the top of my head, so I didn't think about this ahead of time. Probably should have. I've never used Vildred. He's literally just like AoE, increases the attack, and then AoE. Maybe increases CR by another 25-30% too. Could work. Go up to like 50% CR. That's probably too much. And I would imagine he's going to get speed, attack, or crit rate, crit damage as his boost here. There's really no other options. I'm fine with all of the above, preferably speed, right? Because he does have 116 speed, which is relatively fast, but like I don't feel like he needs it. I'm trying to think of what they could add to him to make him relevant, right? Like there's not really much. So let's think of a couple things here. For Vildred to be relevant, it's not really a PvE thing anymore. We've got better PvE people, or close to the same PvE people. As for PvP, you're going up against Landy, you're going up against the Violets, which will just decimate him. You're going up against a lot of stuff. So, like, the only way I feel to make him slightly better against those targets is making it so sweep does hit 3 people, because that'll hit Landy. There's not much worse than using your 2-target thing and then missing the stealth Landy. The other thing is adding debuffs, but really that doesn't really accomplish anything because he's not going to want effectiveness. And the other thing too is making it so he ignores evasion. I don't know. I can't really see where you would, like, what you could possibly do to Vildred to make him actually want to be used, right? Maybe a cleaver of sorts, right? Because he's got the increased damage dealt on his soul burn. I don't know. I'm at a loss with Vildred, honestly. I'm at a very much loss. He just seems like a worse unit of a lot of other things we have already. And then let's find BBK, who is also a thief, and actually not BBK. We're looking at regular Karin because, because that's what it looks like. Where is she? Here she is. And we've got the hilt here as well, which looks very much like the hilt. Let's check the hilt out on the other BBK. Okay, so they look similar, right? Yeah, they're very similar, but I think it's regular Karin over BBK. Although that would mean there's no light or dark units. But either way, let's take a look here. So Karin right now, the only place I really see her used are Wyvern teams. And that's it, right? So maybe looking at her skill kit, we can find a way to make her more useful in that area or useful somewhere else. So skill 1 is just a critical hit will decrease skill cooldown. Skill 2 is defense down and extra turn, if it's a critical hit, of course. And then skill 3 will be damage increases with a critical hit. So what in the world do they do? These are such weird EE options, right? Like, I feel like if you want to make Karin and Vildred better, you need to do a little bit more. Like, you can't just add an EE, right? Like, that's not going to do enough. So what could they do here? They could find a way to cycle into defense break more. So, like, her defense break is pretty much always up because, like, she gets extra turns and all sorts of shenanigans here, right? I literally don't know. Holy, Detective Mango sucks today. I thought there would be some insight, but there's no debuffs, right? Like, there's defense down, but it's 100% chance, right? The skill 1 here, a critical hit will decrease skill cooldown. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Maybe make it so it decreases a second skill cooldown, or give it like another debuff for Wyvern. Like, if you give this another debuff, like, for example, it doesn't even matter, just any debuff that can hit Wyvern, that would make her a lot more solid there. Maybe give it bleeds to add more debuffs, but this one here already 100% chance, extra turn. And this one here, damage dealt with a critical hit. So they could add something onto this. They'll probably just add like 20% damage or 10% damage or something like that. Interesting. Cool. I feel like, I know we haven't seen them yet, but I feel like there could have been better options. I think Senya can really benefit from this. I don't think Karin and Vildred are really going to get too much. They forgot about Araminta again. Like I say, she's got so much you can do. So flipping much, right? You know, you can increase the stun. You can do all sorts of things. You can give her some CR. You can give her more burn rate. You can do so many things with Araminta. Why not give her something, you know? You forgot about her. I understand you forgot about her. Just give her some love, okay? Yeah, so that's about it. And we'll see in about 14 hours from now, 15 hours from now, I'll have another video and we can talk more about what they actually are there. And as a side note, I'm kind of worried about the stream tonight because if they're highlight of the stream are EEs, that kind of scares me, right? So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe as always, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, everybody.